From ABC, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Sitting in tonight, Ted Koppel in Washington.
On the American agenda tonight, one of the rites of spring. For many young people, it is also a rite of passage. Spring break, a time, as they say, to get hammered, wasted, ripped, or blasted. Translation, roaring drunk. Right now, 500,000 young people are descending on this year's hotspot in Florida, Daytona Beach. But as Beth Nissen reports, underneath the veneer of rowdy good times, there is a serious problem.
Under the law in all 50 states, Patrick Turley is an illegal drug user. So are two of his friends, all under the age of 21, all drinking all day.
Give me another one.
For most of the college-age kids in Daytona Beach, beer is part of the party. The beach police do what they can.
How you doing, sir? Need to dump these beers out there against the law on the beach.
But there is little respect for the law.
You know, I enjoy drinking beer, and I don't see any problem in us being 19 and drinking beer.
But alcohol is a drug, isn't it?
Nah.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a total drug. I don't feel that it's a drug. I feel that it's an enjoyment.
Associating beer with enjoyment is clearly what the beer companies want them to do. Most of those here are under legal drinking age, but beer makers are spending millions of dollars sponsoring concerts, beach activities, and contests.
It's not encouraging them to drink, but it's encouraging them to recognize a quality company, to recognize a quality brand.
On this beach, have you noticed any particular advertising?
Oh yeah. Oh, on the beach there we have advertisement.
You see it and you just want to drink. Yeah.
What's wrong with having a tolerant attitude toward underage drinking? What's wrong is that it dilutes the message that alcohol is a real drug, as real as crack or cocaine or heroin. In fact, alcohol does more damage to more young people than any of those drugs. The leading cause of death among 16 to 24-year-olds is alcohol-related accidents. Drinking and driving killed more than 8,000 young people in that age group in 1987. Alcohol is involved in half of all teen suicides, half of all homicides involving adolescents, half of all drownings, and in accidents of other kinds. In the past few years in Daytona Beach, scores of partying students have been injured and several killed when they fell from hotel balconies. There is long-term damage too. 1/5 of all teenagers already are problem drinkers, and many of those are predisposed to lifetime alcoholism and other forms of substance abuse. Yet underage drinking is not a strategic target in the war on drugs.
We have all the attention on hard drugs, coke and crack and all these things, and yet the legal drug of alcohol is causing more damage to the nation as a whole.
What can be done? Alcohol abuse experts want prices raised on beer, the drink of choice among the young.
If this is a drug that we're urging to be used with great caution and at low levels, why are we pricing it in the same range as we're pricing soda pop?
In this Daytona Beach liquor store, a 6-pack of Pepsi costs about $3. The cheapest 6-pack of beer, $2.50. It's not just the price of beer. Critics of beer companies also want a change in the content and target audience of beer advertising. Many beer makers, like Anheuser-Busch, also sponsor campaigns urging the young to drink responsibly. But critics say kids should be urged to consider not drinking at all, whether they're driving or not. That's an idea that makes many adults uncomfortable.
Many of us are drinking, so to address the alcohol use of our children is to have to do an inventory on our own drinking. And I think it's easier to be threatened and outraged about marijuana, about cocaine, about PCP. These are alien forces. These are not things integrated into our own lives.
In our lives, in the lives of our children, alcohol is so familiar, so commonplace, that there are few defenses raised against it. Few defenses against the most threatening, the most lethal drug of all. Beth Nissen, ABC News, Daytona Beach.
Recent surveys show that fewer high school students are drinking, but along with that positive news comes this warning note. The American Council for Drug Addiction says at least 100,000 elementary school children report getting drunk on a weekly basis.